I saw this clip, and it's hysterical. I mean, let's just play the clip.
Here we go.
I look hot as
Stop that right now.
No.
I
mean, that's
smashable.
That's insane
No.
that he's saying that. This is a Rorschach test for being a narcissist.
Right.
Because Bert looking at that picture and being like, ooh, baby, that's a hot woman.
Yeah.
A man has never wanted to himself more. That is just clearly Bert loves himself so much that applying this is maybe the worst woman filter I've ever seen in my life.
Distefano and Stavros Halkias are continuing their streak of absolutely tearing up YMH Studios. If you haven't heard, they're filling in for Tom Segura and Bert Kreischer for 6 weeks while they're off trying to buy their way into Hollywood. And it's turning out to be one of the most confusing plot twists in the comedy podcasting world. Tom and Bert's laziness and complete disregard for their fans has turned into one of the biggest W's of their careers. Who knew that simply disappearing for a few shows would be the very thing their fan base actually needed to fall in love with their podcast again? I don't think I've clicked on 2 consecutive Two Bears One Cave episodes in years. I love how much Stav and Chris are shitting on the show while also making it twice as good at the same time. Last 2 episodes have been the best in years for some reason, not sure why. Man, this podcast has been really great lately. Gonna be hilarious to see the numbers rise with these two, then to drop when Tim and Brent return. These are the first 2 episodes I've watched instead of just waiting for podcast cringe. Wait, what?
Oh, wow, there's a whole site called Podcast Cringe?
Yeah, I subscribe to them.
Yeah, no, this guy rules.
This is like when a girl says to you, if you really love me, you'll let me be with the other guy. Like, what the fuck does that even mean? Why would I want you to be with Greg? And how could you pull that after we had the most incredible summer together? You and Greg look like siblings. He shaves his legs and rides an e-bike. Anyway, sorry, I don't know where that came from. My point was, we're the girl telling Tom and Bert, we want Chrissy and Greg. Chrissy and Stubby, fuck. But it's safe to say they understood the assignment. In their first episode as guest hosts from last week, they asked us what we wanted to see more of in these episodes. And if you recall, I said we wanted to see more of Chrissy and Stubby reacting to clips of Tom and Bert going full cringe. And even if these episodes of Two Bears One Cave are banked, and they're probably all recorded and stored in the YMH Studios vault, right next to all the evidence that Tom Segura's actually a serial killer, at least the podcast gods were listening, because these guys did not disappoint.
They were being genuine.
I know, this is f***ing crazy. This is insane.
I look hot as
Stop that right now.
No.
I
mean, that's
smashable.
That's insane that he's saying that.
I'm hotter than Leanne.
He's hotter than he thinks he's hotter than his wife.
Through some, my chick is wholesome. Yeah, I look like such a nice girl.
Okay.
I want you to come in me.
I mean,
you
this
let people.
This is disgusting.
Right.
This is
you do it because you're needy and you're like, I want them to like me. I just go, I want to be abused.
Bert has never been projecting more in his life, by the way.
Get, like, choked out and spit on, slapped.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, as weird and fucked up as that may have come across to you, that is easily one of the most Bert Kreischer things I've ever seen. Bert having his producers generate an AI female version of himself and then proceeding to break down her sexual proclivities in detail while comparing her to Tom's version is so on brand for a guy like him, and you could tell that both him and Tom were bricking up. This is like a narcissist's wet dream. Bert's the kind of guy to tell people that AI is the future and whoever hasn't gotten on board yet is going to be left behind, but then when someone asks him what he uses it for, he pulls out that image of him as a woman. Bert no longer has to Google images of himself, now he can create them himself using ChatGPT. By the way, I kind of got curious about what my AI female version would look like, so if you stick around to the end, maybe I'll share it with you guys. I don't know, maybe not, we'll see. She's kind of nuts. But I love how Stavy didn't hesitate in the slightest and came straight out with, Bert has never been projecting more in his life. That is the correct answer to the question no one asked. And you could tell that Stavy's been sitting on this one for a while. He knows he's never going to get this opportunity ever again, so he clearly wanted to make the most of it.
I mean, I will say, actually, on second look, obviously they're atrocious and they look disgusting. But Tom is like, Tom could maybe, if she worked on herself.
Yeah.
There is a light in her eyes that I'm like, you know what? On second thought, I think I'd get head from Tom.
Yeah. Dude.
It looks like Bert too much.
Too much.
Like
yeah.
it just looks like
Too
Bert
much.
with mascara on.
And with the face, it looks like he almost like had to get like skin reconstruction after a fire. Right? He looks like a burn victim.
Yeah.
Tom, if we go back to Tom a little bit,
Yeah.
Tom is definitely a woman who, because Bert, I'm like, also too, I'm not into like really brunettes like that.
Sure.
Even though my wife
That's
is Puerto
the
Rican
issue.
and brunette.
Let me stop you right there. You can't, hair color is not even top 40 problems with this picture right now. You know, I started this thinking I would, trash both of them. I'm getting. If Tom was the one who gave me a happy ending, that wouldn't be so bad. I think,
Yeah.
Now, I'm not taking these women out. This is a Rorschach test for being a narcissist.
Right.
Because Bert looking at that picture and being like, ooh, baby, that's a hot woman.
Yeah.
Man has never wanted to himself more. That is just clearly Bert loves himself so much that applying this is maybe the worst woman filter I've ever seen in my life. For example, if I was and I went and got facial feminization surgery and I ended up looking like that, I would sue my doctor for malpractice.
You'd be really upset.
I would want a refund on the estrogen. I would sue my doctor for malpractice.
Okay, is it just me, or is Tom's version some of the scariest shit you've ever seen? She looks like a character out of Bad Thoughts Season 2, The Nightmare. But Stavi's assessment and diagnosis of Bert's narcissism is absolutely spot on. The bit he left out was that you could apply the Rorschach test to pretty much any episode of Two Bears, One Cave, and the results would be the same. This is just the latest manifestation of Bert's chronic narcissism. And Bert's kicking his feet up in the air and giggling at that whole segment just because they were playing a video of him and talking about him. That's Bert's number one goal in life, even if he has to pay his buddies to do it.
The fact that Bert went into how they're getting nutted inside, it is beautiful how much he loves his family. Like, he'll literally cry. Yeah. He'll take pictures of himself crying about how much he loves his family.
I've cried with him on a podcast, Bert and I, about our families.
You guys are so f***ing gay. It's
I know.
crazy.
I know. I love how episode 1 I said I wasn't gay, and then I said I sit around crying with men on camera.
Because you thought it would make good content. That's the gayest part of it all. You have a tear stick, you're like, this is going to go viral. This is going to sell some tickets.
Hey, Stavy, do you want a job, dude? I'm seriously snowed under with all these videos. I could totally use the help. Hit me up if you're keen, but you'll probably get banned from the mothership though, so I can understand if you can't. But while Chrissy and Stavy were roasting Tom and Bert's female alter egos, the Two Bears producers were cooking up something else.
I just wanted to weigh in there because I saw the clip of them saying they're hot and it infuriated me.
Right.
Oh no!
Oh my God!
First of all, I just look Filipino. That doesn't even look like a woman. That looks like Spider-Man's sidekick from the new movies. No, you know what? I like this girl. I would be friends with her. First of all, this is the kind of girl I'm competing with bisexual women for, by the way.
Yes.
Like, that's the thing. That's why a lot of my exes and like girls I've dated are bi, because I feel like they're just into this type of butch body type.
Yeah, for like that woman who's like into fat guys and like wanted you for that, she also wants to go on a date with her.
100%.
That's interesting.
100%. And I like her. I would be friends with her. And this shows you how bad society is, how much better my life is than this theoretical woman. Yeah. You can't be that. Like, people treat, people treat a fat man with respect and they treat fat women with scorn. And we're against that here on Two Bears.
100%.
We love the plus size gals, and we hope this lady gets some dick.
Yeah.
She gets some dick just by being a good hang, taking down enough Irish car bombs. I'm sure I think you could be convinced to f this woman.
I was going to say, I've had sex with a woman who looks like this in the back of O'Neill's in Maspeth, Queens. Are you kidding me? When I'm 22 years old, I've gotten a job from a woman that looks like this on Grand Avenue in the bowels of Queens.
I'd love a zoom out because she could have incredibly fat tits.
Oh,
she could have maybe triple J's.
Oh, love it.
And now we're talking. Oh no.
Oh man.
Okay. You know what? Still a great gal. Like
100%.
I said, I would dress her a little bit. Yeah. I don't know why they had to give her a moo-moo.
Well, they gave her your shirt.
Yeah, they gave her my shirt as a whole dress.
Yeah.
But, we could maybe work with a nice chunky belt to give her a bit of a waistline,
Yeah, do something nice for her.
Oh man.
God. Oh, wow. Dude, I look like Michael Jackson.
Yeah, I know. You look like the non-binary character in the Sex and the City reboot. You look like Che Diaz. You look like you're eating Miranda's right now.
You know what I kind of like too? Even though, like,
honestly, I'm into this.
Yeah, like a little thicker, maybe.
I guess what it comes down to is I think I would just pretty much every woman.
Anything.
And so when you see, I mean, never mind.
Did you ask to give me lunch lady lips?
I mean, literally, those are just your hips, by the way. I literally had a lesbian manager at Sherwin-Williams that looked exactly like this. Shout out to my girl, Jess.
I am 100% with Stavy. Out of all of them, his version is definitely the best one. I mean, come on, look at that face. There's a purity in there that you cannot deny. Chrissy's, on the other hand, looks like a professional protest organizer who hates her rich parents but still uses their holiday home in the Hamptons 3 months a year to recharge her batteries. Stavy's version looks more trustworthy, someone you could settle down with and start a family. Maybe. But I told you guys I got curious and did my own version, and here she is. I don't know about you, but this chick looks like she's real high maintenance. Like she took 2 hours to get ready to go out for a jog, just so she could take a selfie and pretend that's just how she looks after she wakes up. Hashtag natural beauty. And you could tell just from her smile that she's nasty as fuck. She's the kind of girl who would love bomb you for a whole summer and then tell you she's got a fiance called Greg back home who she plans to marry in a few months, so you can't call her anymore. Like as if you just meant to forget about all the things she said to you on those starry nights at the beach and pretend like she never happened. Damn, that's rough. But like I said, these guys didn't hold back. This is one of the only times where I actually believe comedians saying that they might be cancelled.
Listen, this is our second episode. We'll see if they give us a third. I mean, they might be pulling the plug on the entire... YMH might be fully out of business after this.
Yeah, we try and open the door. Sam Morril and Tim Dillon are sitting in here.
Oh, yeah.
Like, sorry, guys.
Next
We've gone a different direction.
Yeah. They just brought in bad friends. They're like, just bring them in, please. We think we'll be here next week for you. That's what we've been told right now, but we do have Tom Segura himself is waiting in the wing.
He's going to take a break from filming season 2 of Bad Thoughts to come in here and fire us personally.
Yes.
Which, by the way, what do you think I was thinking of how funny it would be if Bad Thoughts season 2 was just Tom in just a nice gay relationship.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's his bad thought, is just being married to a man and being in love.
Yeah.
Like, he's fat again. He's like, what if I could actually live the way I wanted?
Yeah.
Fat and gay.
Yeah.
I could stop all this exercise bullshit.
Yeah.
I could stop working so much.
I could just be Bert.
Yeah. All right. So, look for us there. Chris will be playing his husband in Bad Thoughts season 2.
That's it.
The accuracy from these two is insane. These are the real comedy assassins. Fuck Elon Musk and Joe Rogan, Chrissy and Stavy just made comedy legal again, and we're all here for it. This 6 weeks of Two Bears, One Cave is going to be like a short course on comedy podcasting. Tom and Bert are going to have to either hand over the reins when they get back, or give them their own show on the YMH network, just to make up for all the dog shit Tom's been ramming down our throats for the past few years. Their return is going to be one of the biggest anti-climaxes in entertainment history, and that's including Bad Thoughts and the Machine movie. Anyway, don't forget to check out the link in the description to my Patreon so you can watch my breakdown of Shane Gillis at the ESPYs, plus a whole bunch of exclusive uncensored content. If you enjoyed today's video, please hit the like button and make sure you subscribe to this channel and my main one, Podcast Cringe. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll catch you in the next one.